Welcome back. Hanukkah is over now, and we're just a week and a half or so from Christmas. And if you have yet to spend your hard-earned money on your loved ones or yourself, today's guest might give you some good or even great ideas. They're from the Jersey City-based VelvetAddiction.com. It's an online magazine which basically caters to the lives and styles of late 20s, early 30-somethings. They just signed a great deal with Google, and as you're about to see, they place a pretty hefty focus on high-tech toys. And I want each and every one of them. So I'd like to welcome Brian Neal, technology editor at VelvetAddiction.com.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you so much for being here. And we want to get right to it because, as you can see, we have a lot of stuff on the table here. But we'll start with the IT toy this year. This is a Guitar Hero.
Yes, we'll start with Guitar Hero 3. Guitar Hero 3 is the biggest selling party game of 2007. In as little as 2 months, it's moved already over 3 million units, and it's just tons of fun.
All right, I want to get a quick sample of it.
Sure.
So I want to hear just a little bit of what it sounds like, and we'll just unmute the TV. We'll get that going. Why do you guys place such a heavy focus on game systems?
Well, we place such a heavy emphasis on video gaming in general because the NPD Data Group actually recently revealed that over 69% of Americans play video games in some form, whether it be console or PC. So, you know, getting someone a gift as a video game as a gift, you might not be too far off the money.
All right, now this costs about $90, but let's get a listen now. So just explain to me what exactly you have to do and why you think it's so popular.
Guitar Hero 3 is all about hand and eye coordination, and I've gotten actually pretty good at this, but in the beginning I wasn't so great. So it's all about hand and eye coordination. They have over about 70 songs, rock classics from the 60s to the 90s, and it's just tons of fun, especially with multiplayer. You can actually play more than 2 people at one time to see who has the best coordination, and that's what it's all really based off of.
All right, now let's move on because once again we do have a lot of stuff. This is one of Verizon Wireless's newest phones. Verizon Wireless has been criticized for quite some time because they didn't exactly have the same caliber of phones as some of the other carriers out there. Well, this is supposed to be the iPhone competitor.
Yes, for all of those people who had Verizon that didn't have any alternative to the iPhone, well, now you do. This is the LG Voyager for Verizon. It's $349 with a 2-year contract, and it has a lot of the features that the iPhone does have. Like
you have the touchscreen.
Yes, you have an intuitive touchscreen interface. You can actually move between menus. You can actually input data via touchscreen, or you can actually open up the clamshell design like this, and
you
can
use your QWERTY
it.
keyboard.
Yes, and you have your QWERTY keyboard.
All right, so let's move right along. We have the Xbox 360 now. This is another very popular one. So talk about this one, how much it is, and why people are so crazy about it.
The Xbox 360 right now is the leading console in America. They already have sold over 7 million units so far, and it's an amazing machine. It does DVDs, it does downloadable media content from the internet, and the graphics on this looks amazing. One of the games that we're actually pushing for this holiday season is Scene It, which is a movie-based trivia game. It comes with 4 remotes, and it's fun because I'm not that great of a movie buff, but it tests your knowledge as a movie buff. You have movies from the 60s all the way to our era now.
So this is almost like a movie version of Trivial Pursuit for people who didn't grow up in Trivial Pursuit. Now, how much is the Xbox 360?
The Xbox 360 is $450 for the Xbox 360 Elite, which comes with a 120 gigabyte hard drive where you can store data on it.
All right, let's move right along. We have the Microsoft Zune, and this is something that you actually surprised me a little while ago.
Yes.
Because you said that you think this has become more popular than the original iPod.
Personally, this is the best hard drive-based media player on the market right now. It has a lot of great features. I definitely would pick this over the iPod Classic.
Is that?
Well, it has a lot of features based on, like, for example, it has a built-in radio tuner. Mm-hmm. It has the interface is every bit as good as the iPod Classics, and if you look at the new updated software for the Zune marketplace, it's actually much more intuitive than the iPod than iTunes.
All right, so how much is this?
This is $250.
This is $250.
And it has 80 gigs, and it can hold more than 15,000 songs.
Wow, I don't know if I know 15,000 songs, but let's move right along to the PlayStation 3.
Yes, we're going to move over to the PlayStation 3. Now, a lot of people complained that the PlayStation 3 was overexpensive. It came out at the market at $600. Well, Sony has listened to consumer demand, and they've now come up with a PS3 that's $400. It's the cheapest Blu-ray player on the market, and just like the Xbox 360, it's a great multimedia hub, great video game software library, and it's just a neat thing to have.
Okay, and I'm sorry, one more time, and how much is this one?
This one is $400.
That's $400.
$400.
Okay. All right, now, let's get to the Nikon. Now, this is something that's this is pretty interesting because obviously digital camera technology has been improving over time, and just like you may or may not have Wi-Fi on your PDA, now you can have Wi-Fi in your digital camera too.
Yes, this is the Nikon S51C, and with the Nikon S51C, you have it's a slim form factor, 8 megapixels, which are going to give you amazing photos. And one of the greatest thing about this is that you can actually shoot your photos and send it Wi-Fi directly to your laptop or PC.
And this costs?
This is $300.
That's $300. So that's the latest and greatest. And now we want to get to Skullcandy.
Skullcandy. Consider Skullcandy.
Actually, let me just turn this to the camera so everybody can see it. Okay, go ahead.
Consider Skullcandy the Nike of accessories. They're hip, they're young, they appeal to the younger audience, but they're high quality. We have the Skullcandy, the new Skullcandy headphones that have titanium shells that give you very good bass and noise levels.
And how much are those?
These are $150.
Those are $150. Now this is an interesting item too. This is also made by Skullcandy. It's a backpack or a knapsack, whatever you want to call it, whatever you used to call it.
This isn't your average backpack.
This is not your average
No,
backpack.
it isn't.
Okay, so what do we have here?
This backpack has 60mm speakers built into
Which are actually right here in the straps.
Yes, you can plug any media player into, whether it be iPod, whether it be Zune, whether it be the Sansa, any kind of media player.
And you can plug your phone into this too.
You can plug your phone into it as well. And the good thing is that if your phone rings, you can actually press a button and answer your calls and pause your music while you're going.
So there's a little bit of something on this table for everybody,
Yes, it is.
for the gadget or technophile everywhere. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
Brian
very
Neal
much.
from VelvetAddiction.com, technology editor. And if you have any questions or comments about anything that you've seen on today's show, just email them to me at itsyourmoney@news12.com. We'll be right back right after this with this week's Green Business Report.